What's going on, everyone? Klep Napier from wearecritics.com. And today, our guest needs no introduction. That's right. He's been in films like Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War. He's going to be in James Gunn's next season of Peacemaker. And he's in this season of The Tulsa King alongside Sylvester Stallone. That's right. I'm talking about none other than Frank Grillo. And he's here to talk to us about Lionsgate's Long Gone Heroes. That's right. His latest action film, which stars Josh Hutchinson, Makai Pfeiffer, Andy Garcia, and a whole bunch more. He came by to talk to us about this film, and here's what he had to say. Check it out. Mr. Frank Grillo, how are you today?
I'm good, man. That's a great vibe you got back there. What's going on?
Thank you, man. This is the way Critics does it. We like to show off and show out for you guys.
Yeah, that's not. You got a bit of a kind of late '80s cool vibe going back there.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Speaking of the late 80s, I want to talk about you. You are such a recognizable action figure right now, and for the last few decades. So I want to know, who are some of your action star influences, and like, do you pull from anyone in particular, or is this just all you?
That's a great question. And I'm tell you why. My biggest influence when I was young and as an actor has been Stallone, right? So
Wow.
imagine me getting a phone call from Sly personally asking me to come be on his show to play opposite him for the season of Tulsa Kings.
I
And him
know.
and I have had these, I just did some press with him, but him and I have had these conversations about, I tell him, I go, man, I got to tell you, I'm standing across working with you thinking, I had this guy hanging up on my wall because I want, a lot of reasons why I look the way I do was when I
Mm.
saw Rambo, I was like, I got to be that guy. I want to be that guy. Right. And there I am,
Yeah.
come full circle. He's my buddy now. We're working together. So
You've
that's my
spoken
guy.
to
That's the guy.
you spoke into existence. So let's talk a little bit about Long Gone Heroes. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this film almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then you came back to it. So it made me think, like, what is it about the action, these type of action films? Like, what is it in the script that you look for to say, that's the one I'm gonna jump on?
Great question. With this, it had a different director attached to it, and I read the script, and I really dug it. And what I really try to do is, as I'm reading it, because I have a little bit of say in who gets to come and be in the roles, I start to
Mm.
think of my friends, Makai Pfeiffer here,
Yeah.
and George Carroll here, and Andy Garcia here. Will Andy do this? I just work with Makai. I know I can get Makai in here, and that's how I
Mm.
start to put it together. And the director fell off. I got John Swab, who I've done 4 other movies with, to come in and do his thing. And then we were off to the races. And that's the almost more fun than doing the movie is kind of getting at this level to put movies together like that. And that's what we
Yeah.
did with this. And this movie fell apart, bro. We were in Puerto Rico for 3 weeks shooting the movie, and they ran out of money.
Whoa.
We went
Wow.
away. We went away for a bit. They call us up. They go, look, we got the money, but we want you to go to Colombia. And we said, well, the movie takes place in Venezuela. Colombia is probably better. As much as I love
Hmm.
Puerto Rico, Colombia is probably better. And we went and we had to kind of recast a couple of people. And we went and we shot in Colombia. And that's how we got this great movie. It would not have been the same movie. It would not.
Wow. And you were supposed to work with Andy Garcia before, am I correct? On the film
Yes.
Decoy.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And there
So
was another movie in Italy that we were supposed to do. So we were kind of percolating for a minute before this came about. And he really comes in and lends his gravitas to the bad guy. But I'm still
yeah.
itching to work with Andy Garcia in a big capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to us about this character. Okay, so you got Gunner, and he's a special force. He's badass, by the way, in this film. But you're badass in everything that you do. But talk to us about Gunner and explain a little bit about the character and what this film is about
Yeah,
for
it's a
those who
great
want to
question.
know.
This is a guy who's kind of been excommunicated by his family. I know a lot of these guys, brother, who come back, special forces guys come back and they're a bit lost and they don't know what to do, how to assimilate themselves back into society. And you know, that world of special ops is a very incestuous small world. His niece winds up getting snatched, and his sister-in-law that he hasn't seen in 10 years comes looking. And it's about I got one thing to do. I got to go get this kid. I don't really care about Venezuela. But what happens is this kid, who I think is just some ideologist,
Yeah.
uh, opens my eyes to what's going on in Venezuela. And it's a real metaphor because I'm old. I got 3 sons
Yeah.
and I poo poo their ideas. But you know what? I see the world through different eyes. They see the world through eyes that are fresh. And it's like,
Mm.
I need to give my wisdom, but I also need to pay attention to their wisdom. And that's kind of what happens in this movie.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I'm a little older, more older than I look, and I was on your side with it as well because there is a scene in that happens. And you're kind of conflicted. You're like, do we go left? Do we go right? What do we got? What are we gonna do? I thought that was a great contrast to the storytelling because it's more than just extraction with an ensemble. There's an actual solid meaning behind that. I
Yeah,
want to know, is that part of what you really enjoyed about making this film and bringing the story to life? That
absolutely.
that that
Because
layer.
here's the easy scenario. You get the girl, you get out, right?
Mm,
But the better part is you get the girl, you open up your eyes, then you open up your heart, and now you're
mm,
responsible for lives, right? That you're capable of saving. You weren't
yeah.
intending on saving them. And so that's what the story's about. And
Mm,
we didn't have $60 million to tell the story so we had to do practical everything and tell the story with a small budget. But that's possible if the story's good. And I thought the story was good enough or great enough, and John Swab made it better,
mhm,
that it deserved being told. And
yeah.
uh, and here we are.
Yeah, and you've worked with John Schwab on multiple films. One in which was very different. The pharmaceutical one, which
Oh,
the body brokers.
body
Body
brokers with
brokers.
Michael K. Man, the late
Yeah,
great Michael K.
yeah. What is it about, working with John that, you really, really connect with? And you guys have great chemistry, it shows. But to you, what is it that you really like about working with him?
John doesn't know what he is yet. He's still a young man, but John's been through a lot of darkness, and
Yeah.
he emerged successful on the other side, and he knows so much about human nature and what it takes to be on the wrong side of the tracks and not be discarded, and to take people who a lot of people would say they're no good, and to show them in a light that you understand them and realize they're on a journey, and they're going to get to a better place. And that's what
Yeah.
John did in his life. So it's very close to him. These characters are very close to him in the way he tells the story. He just got signed by CAA. He had a movie out in Venice that was fantastic. You're going to
Oh,
see a
wow.
lot of this guy, and he's going to
Good.
be at a big level. And you know what I hope? Because he's going to get offered He's going to get offered some big, I don't know, maybe a superhero movie. And I hope he
Oh.
doesn't do it. I hope he doesn't go that route, at least not yet. And he
Mm,
really explores these themes that he's so good at a level where he's not worried about, the budget. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you in particular, do you, because you take all kinds of films. You take the more humble ones, the more indie style, and you've done the big stuff. What is there a place that you prefer to be? Is there a happy medium for you?
That's a great question. And, some people poo poo me for working too much. And I'm like, I'm a blue collar product of immigrant parents. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I'm
Mhm.
sitting at home, I'm not doing what I should be doing, which is what I love,
Mm,
which is acting. And so I get these opportunities, and I'm like, if I can find something good, something redeemable about a character in a
mm,
story, and we can find the right people, I just want to keep doing it. I just want to keep working. I just want to, I don't know how much longer they're going to invite me to the party.
yeah,
So if it ends and I did too many things and some of them sucked, so be it. But I accomplished in something for myself, in that I'm not sitting on my hands, waiting to do something where I'm going to get a trophy. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So
I do. I mean, I think you have a great extensive body of work. One of my favorites is Boss Level. I think that's so underrated. It's slept on. I would love to see you in something a little softer, maybe a rom-com or something to get those acting chops going. I don't know. Are you interested in something like that? Do you have a
yeah,
leading lady in mind?
nobody really at my age too. I don't know about rom com, but nobody really sees me as a romantic lead. I'm a little gruff and rough around the edge. I don't think women are going, "Oh, Frank Grillo." It's more of a dude thing. It's more of okay. I want this guy next to me in the foxhole, or I want to go. I want to go with that guy. So we'll see. Like I got a couple of interesting things percolating, and I did the series with Stallone. I'm doing
Mhm.
Peacemaker now with James Gunn and
Yeah.
John Cena.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to do the dance, and
Yeah. Yeah.
just be interesting and kind of find things that make me excited.
Yeah. And I hope we see so much more of you, Frank. I want to thank you for talking with me. It's been an honor. You're one of my favorite action stars out there today.
Thanks,
Can't
brother.
wait to see more.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
make sure you guys are checking out Long Gone Heroes. It is available right now in theaters and on digital, so there's no excuse. Go check it out.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.